Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another review of Bulgasal. And this episode, you guys, was just, amazing. Episode 11 was great, but episode 12 brought it up to another level. Don't worry, I'll get to those scenes. The ending scene, the scene with Hwal and EulTae in the forest, with EulTae with the white hair and the exhausted voice. June's performance was just amazing, and it's continuing to stay amazing. He is a phenomenal actor. I'm gonna talk about the 1,000-year flashback and the question. This is the main question after this episode. What happened 1,000 years ago between SangUn, Hwal, and EulTae? That's the main question right now. Hey, what's up guys? Hey, before I begin the review, I just want to say this. Thank you so much for enjoying my videos. Don't forget to like my videos, comment down below, and overall, do not forget to subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so you guys won't miss any new videos I upload pretty much every day. So first, we get a flashback 1,000 years ago. Remember what EulTae said in the last episode during his fight with Hwal. You told me to turn you into a Bulgasal 1,000 years ago, so this is what happened. EulTae wanted to be like Hwal and asked him how. During this moment, Hwal is on the ground, he's hurt, he's bleeding a lot, so we don't know the full story yet. So Hwal does not say anything and strike EulTae into the chest, turning him into a Bulgasal and creating that dark hole in his chest. That's all we know. That's all they show us. So we don't know the full story once SangUn comes into the picture. So the main question is, what's their connection 1,000 years ago? What happened? Well, that's two questions, but they're pretty much the same. Next, Hwal is looking for EulTae, so the first thing he does is sneak into his house. He finds a painting on the wall, and it's the painting of the monsters with SangUn and Hwal on it. In that painting, you can see that SangUn and Hwal are not facing each other, indicating that these two should never meet. And this is what Haesuk was mumbling when she was in that state of, like, it was almost like she was possessed, with her eyes being grayish white, and she was wiping the same spot on the floor. Hwal tries to call EulTae, but he figures that he is still up the mountain. He finds him and he asks him 3 questions, pretty good questions that we all want the answer to. Number 1, what was Hwal like 1,000 years ago? Number 2, why did he ask EulTae to turn him into a Bulgasal? And number 3, why did SangUn give Hwal the curse? EulTae said that if Hwal kills SangUn, he would tell him everything. And Hwal, he's like, you're not in the state of mind to be saying all that. But EulTae tells him the same thing and also tells him the choices that you're making now, you made the same choices 1,000 years ago. And he has a one-sided love. So history is definitely repeating itself. EulTae tells Hwal that you're running out of time. At the same time, we see a cop talking to SangUn. We find out that the cop is one of EulTae's men and he stabbed SangUn. Later we find out that she stabbed him right back. I want to say this real quick. Ijune's performance in the scene of the mountain between him and Hwal, he is such a phenomenal actor. Just seeing him with the white hair, all of the makeup, the cracked skin, the blood, his eyes are like a grayish white, and just hearing that exhausted voice, his performance just keeps getting better and better in this drama. That scene alone between Hwal and EulTae, it's making me believe that EulTae is telling the truth, 100% the truth, even though he has lied before. But in this situation, he is telling the truth, and it's making me also believe that he is the good guy. Well, just until he starts killing people. I want to talk real quick about Hwal's romance. So first, throughout the episode, you can see him caring for SangUn. Their feelings for each other are mutual, we know that. But just wait until SangUn gets her memories back, and it might turn into a one-sided love, proving that everything that EulTae said is true. And don't forget, it was SangUn that told Hwal to not believe everything that EulTae said. So again, this is proving that Hwal is making the same mistakes that he did 1,000 years ago, which also proves that EulTae is telling the truth. Now let's get to the ending scene of this episode. SangUn's scar. She's in the bathroom. She's just checking on her wounds. She realizes the scar on her chest is in the same spot like SangUn. She touches it and she gets a vision of Hwal stabbing her 600 years ago, and she sees Hwal as a Bulgasal being a monster with the black eyes and just being ruthless, and we see fire. And then we hear SangUn 600 years ago saying, "I will be born again with the scar that you gave me," while rushes into the bathroom because he's hearing all of this ruckus, checking if SangUn's okay. And I do believe SangUn is getting her memories back. This is the beginning where everything is going south. Because of those visions, she grabs a pair of scissors, stabs SangUn, and asks him, "Who exactly are you?" This is the beginning of the end. Hwal and SangUn were never meant to cross paths. These two were meant to be enemies forever. Remember what Shio said during her phone call with SangUn at the beginning of this episode? She said to SangUn, "Don't trust Hwal." I have a feeling it's almost like the other way around though, because this whole episode is making me believe that EulTae was always the good guy, even though he does some bad things. It's making me believe that he's the good guy and SangUn is actually the villain. So maybe it's SangUn that we shouldn't trust, right? Leave it in the comments below. What do you guys think? So my thoughts on the episode: it was a great episode, just as great as episode 11, but on another level. Ijun's performance in this one was amazing to watch. Just hearing his voice, seeing the body language, his facial expression. He's really good at portraying someone who's in pain. His voice, yeah, it's pretty obvious that it is edited to make it sound more exhausting, more someone who's in pain. But just seeing his performance of someone who's in pain on the ground, getting hurt, or someone who's very sadistic, ready to murder someone, he's really good at that. Other than not answering the 3 questions that I'm pretty sure we all want the answer to, and it was the 3 questions that Hwal asked EulTae when he found him in the forest, this episode proved one thing: EulTae was right the entire time. That's just my opinion. He could be lying in some parts, but I feel like he's telling the full truth. At this point, there's really no point in lying. And everything that he said to Hwal was actually right. The one-sided love, it wasn't proven yet, but just wait until SangUn gets her memories back, then it will feel like a one-sided love. SangUn wants EulTae and Hwal dead. I mean, just the ending scene of SangUn getting part of her memories back and stabbing Hwal with the scissors, on point right there. And yeah, that's pretty much the gist of the episode in my review. If there's anything I might have missed, please leave in the comments below. I enjoy reading your guys' comments. You guys come up with theories. You guys make sure that I didn't forget about certain things that happened with this scene or this character. And you guys have been very helpful. And that's on me. I do be missing some stuff. So it is what it is. So other than that, like, comment, subscribe, and see ya.